With Christmas not too far away now, I'm going to have a look at some Christmas decorations on my How to Make series, and I'm starting off with these little natural table decorations, ideal for a centrepiece on a table, Christmas Day itself, the lead up to Christmas. I know with our children on activity hour here for the families staying over Christmas time, we will make these as part of our activity hour. They're great ones to take back and put on the table because it's a lovely time to be sharing family meal times. So they're made very simply with lots of bits and pieces and berries and bits from around the farm. So I've been out collecting, and I've got a lovely collection here of bits and pieces. And you start off with a potato. Straightforward potato. The bigger the size of your potato, obviously the larger your centrepiece is going to be. And the first thing you want to do is to take a knife and safely cut him in half to give you a nice half a potato like this. Then if you take a tea light, and to make the tea light, if you see on my one I've made earlier here, it's sitting nicely in the centre there. So if you just press, they've got quite a sharp edge to them. If you press the top of the tea light down onto the potato, just give them a good push, they're quite substantial, to make an indent. If you can see that one on there, he's got a bit of an indent on him. And then where your line is, if you just start with a knife and carefully just chisel round the space where that indent is. Alright, I'm nearly there with this one now. I'm just finishing off, just pulling out the last little bits with a spoon. So I've got all this nice pulpy middle bit there from my potato that I've just chiselled out. And just to check, if I put my tea light back in again, he's a nice snug fit in there now. So I'm happy with that, that fits in nicely. So I'm going to take the tea light out and take a piece of silver foil, not too big, crumple it up and stretch it out again. Smooth him out so you've got that nice sort of silvery, wrinkly effect. And then place him over the potato and push into the corners of where the candle goes, because you want him still for the candle to fit in. I'm going to pop him back in there and just make sure that's a nice snug fit there. Having got that in, then just wrap him all the way around and smooth it underneath there. You want to keep it flat as you can underneath, so you don't want too much extra material. If you've got too much foil there, just rip a piece off. I'm going to rip that bit off, just so it's nice and flat underneath to give you a stable base, because you don't want him wobbling over and burning your table down. There we go, that's push him down, that's nice and stable, nice and solid, and we're away to go. That is the basis. Having done that, you now need a skewer. If you pick your skewer up and just make some nice stabs in here, got a nice handle on the end of this one to wiggle him round, just around and around the edge there, anywhere you like. It doesn't have to be in a complete circle, up and down. And when you think you've got your skewer all the way around with some nice holes in it, it's time to pick your sprigs, trim them up, make them the size that you want. Make sure you've got some nice colours and some berries showing, and then I pop them in with the skewered holes. It just makes it that bit easier to actually stick them in. Some nice berries on that bit there, so I'm going to feed that one in. And when you're making the holes, if you just make them at a bit of an angle so that they're going away from the candle, because obviously you don't want to burn the decorations at the same time. If you've got any leaves in the way, you can pull them off afterwards, or just feed them round, so just so that you've got space for your candle to burn through the middle there. And there he is. Simple as that, one decoration done. Then if you want to, you can always sprinkle a little bit of glitter across. I've got a gold one here. Just going to take a few little bits of that, and it's actually quite pretty just on the candle there. The other thing you can do is, if you've got some snow paint or a bit of silver or gold paint, if you take it outside and just tip the edges, then that can make it look really pretty too. So there we are, we have two centerpieces there. You could make a whole line, in fact, to go down the centre of a table, or just individual ones either side and put your meal and bits and pieces in between. One other thought, don't have to be restricted to potatoes. I have here a friend who's given me the mother of all marrows, and I thought, what on earth am I going to do with that? And the children were not too keen to have any form of marrow apart from disguising it in spaghetti bolognese, so I thought, do you know what, this could make a good table decoration too. I'll just move those out of the way so you can see what I'm doing here. Slice them in the middle and then take a spoon and scoop out the inside. It's much softer than a potato to work with. If you scoop out all that middle bit, you'll see that you've got a nice even burrow there that will just comfortably sit the candles in between. When you've got your marrow all scooped out, you'll find the candles just sit nicely in there. Again, you can just scoop it out with a knife or a bit of a fork just to give them a little indent. Pop them in like that, and then you'll find you won't need a skewer with a marrow because it's so nice and soft. If you just literally pop your pieces in like that all the way around until it's filled up. And it's not always easy to find berries, even though they're supposed to be around at this time of year. So if you're struggling a bit on the berries, you could always just thread some bits of ribbon onto cocktail sticks and add those in as well. When you're happy with your look, take some matches and see how it works. And there we go, one finished boat with those and the potato decorations. And one final one I was going to show you, as I've used these for dinner parties actually, but if you just take the leaves and wrap a bit of foil around them and literally just place them on the table, then that can be very effective too. I've placed those all down a central runner, and there we have it.